Hey people, back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I find properties and how I deal with estate agents.
Add it up.
No banter, I don't think anybody can beat me at anything. And I wasn't even at first year. There's a lot of enthusiasm.
Add it up.
So, in this video, we're going to break it down into simple stages. First stage, doing the due diligence on the properties that I have been offered or found. I'm going to call the estate agent and book a viewing. Number two, going out to the viewing, speaking to the estate agent or the possible vendor at the property. Once you've finished watching this video, hopefully I've given you the confidence to go out there, speak to estate agents, find some deals and hopefully make some money. But if you haven't got the confidence and you do struggle with speaking to estate agents, then there's a few little tips and points I can give you. Now, I get this all the time. A lot of people say to me that they struggle to speak to estate agents, they don't have the confidence. First thing you gotta remember, estate agents are just normal people. They aren't anybody special. They are just normal human beings like the rest of us. There is no qualifications to be an estate agent. You don't need a degree. You don't have to go to university. They are just normal people. So you could in fact know more than them. So don't be scared to have a conversation with them. They actually like being spoken to. They don't like when people call them up and are very blunt and can be quite rude to them. So how much is the house? What's the best offer you're going to take? What's this, what's that? There's a certain way to speak to estate agents. They just want to speak to normal people as well. So don't be scared to have an open conversation with them. Ask them how the day's been. Ask them, have they got many viewings on this house? Ask them questions that feels like you're being personable to them. That's what they like. So that's my first tip. My second tip with estate agents is remember that every single day they get called and asked the same questions over and over and over again. So they are going to be a little rattled some days. They are going to have days where they don't feel like doing what they're doing. Again, ask them how the day's been. Speak to them like you would speak to one of your friends. Speak to them like you would speak to one of your family members. Don't be shy. Thirdly, estate agents want to sell a property. They want to actually get the sale across the line. So if you speak to them with confidence and you back it up with knowledge, and the questions that you ask are not just personal, but questions that they know you're serious, they're going to feel more obliged to have a conversation with you. So there's 3 quick tips just to get an estate agent on your side from the beginning. Let's get stuck into some of the properties we've got here. We'll start with this one. Number 1, Wisage Lane in Lichfield. Now, I found this house myself this morning. It's a 3-bedroom. It's a semi-detached. I know the area really well. I live in Lichfield. I think it's a probate house. I'm not 100% sure, but from the looks of it, it looks like a probate house. The whole house needs modernising. I may be able to knock the kitchen into the lounge or into the dining room. It has no upward chain, so that's very, very important. Buying this house off somebody who has nowhere to, they don't have to find their own house afterwards, so no upward chain. It does give you a little bit of power, but it also can take a little bit of power away because the person who's selling it might not need the money, or they may need the money. I'm going to see if I'm going to make a phone call, and it's one that I want to view. So stick around, let me do my stuff, and I will update you in the next 30 seconds. It stacks up, the numbers add up. I'm very happy. I like it. I know the area, so I'm going to make a phone call now to the estate agents to see if I can get a viewing for tomorrow. So what you're about to hear is the conversation between me and the estate agent on property number 1. I was booking a viewing for tomorrow. So pay attention to the way I spoke to the lady on the other end of the phone, some of the questions that I asked, and how I kept it very friendly and very jovial.
Alright, I can try my best for you. Let me have a look at the diary, see what we can work out.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, pretty flexible tomorrow. What time would you say is best?
Any time between 3 and 4 would be fantastic for me, please.
Shall we say, should we say 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock is fantastic.
Brilliant. Am I okay to take some details?
Of course you are, yes. Can I ask you a couple of questions? Is that okay?
You can try your best. I've got a few more questions for you there, but go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to know, is this property probate?
I think it might have previously been probate, but I think probate by now would have been already granted.
Fantastic.
I will need to confirm that, but to my understanding, I believe probate granted.
That's good. Is there any chain with this property either?
No upward chain, as
Oh.
far as I'm aware, no.
Fantastic. And is interest very high on this, I'm presuming?
There has been a fair amount of interest. It has just come back to market, you see.
Yep.
Um,
What was the reason for that?
I'm not entirely sure why they pulled away. It's all happened all at once, but
Oh,
I'll
okay.
find out in the meantime.
Fantastic.
I'll try my best to.
Thank you.
Dig up some dirt. So, yeah, any more questions?
No, that's it. I just wanted to know them three things. Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant. And what's your maximum budget?
Anything. I buy quite a few properties around here.
Anything. So, is it an investment property?
Yeah, it will be an investment, yeah.
Do you have a maximum for an investment, should we say about, would it be 3 to 400?
650, 700 in these areas.
And so say minimum around 200?
Yeah, anything under 200 is not really something we look at in these areas because there's not a lot, is there?
No, not at all, not at all. No.
You can get four
So
houses.
minimum bed?
Yeah, you can get 4 houses up north for that.
Exactly. I am northern, you see.
Oh, okay.
How many bedrooms?
2, 3, yeah, again. As long
It's
as...
just for the system.
Yeah.
Houses, not apartments, is that correct?
Yep, don't like apartments, flats.
So I take it you're an investor.
Yes.
Would a mortgage be required or would it be cash?
It'll be cash or a bridge, depending on what the circumstances are when I see the property.
So would it be Lichfield kind of area and surroundings?
Yeah,
Like
Lichfield,
Bruce,
Burton,
Bradley?
yeah, Fradley, Marchington, Orry was, Kings Bromley, any areas within like a 10 miles from Lichfield, but this side, not the Muckley Corner, Walsall side.
Yeah, we don't stretch that far.
Oh, perfect.
Either.
That's good.
Yeah, it's more the Sutton Coalfield that will.
Yep.
So tomorrow at 4, correct?
Yes, perfect.
Brilliant. All right then, I will see you then.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for your help. Booked a viewing on property number 1, the one I found in Lichfield. Booked a viewing on property number 2 in Burton-on-Trent, but I forgot to say that was sourced by someone and they sent it over to me. So now I'm going to do the other 3 properties we've got here on the table. I'm going to do my due diligence on them. It is time consuming. It is going to take me an hour or 2 to go through them. So I'm not going to bore you with each one. So let me do my due diligence and I'll come back to you shortly. Done my due diligence, gone through all the properties and called the estate agents. I didn't expect to get all 5 viewings. I was hoping to get 3, but somehow we managed to get all 5, and all 5 are with different estate agents. You've seen step 1 of how I find properties, how I do my due diligence on the renovations, do the numbers add up. The numbers add up on all 5 of them. There's profit in all 5 of them. There's more profit in this one. That's my favourite. But all of them have profit in, so that leads us nicely onto stage 2, which is watching me go out, view the properties and speak to the estate agent or the vendor, hopefully on the purple bricks one, and take some notes, listen to some of the questions I ask. So tomorrow, join me. Where are you guys at with it at the moment? Is there a figure that would secure it? That we could get it, like, 'cause I love this house and I've been looking at it for a while. Well, the last 2 days I've been on it constantly saying.
Really?
Yeah.
It originally went up at 225.
Yep.
We had an immediate offer at 210.
Yep.
And then it messed us about a little bit, so we left it, and then we had an offer at 205. We've had offers around 200.
Yeah.
I think we've had 4 or 5 offers so far.
What would secure it today that you'd be happy with?
Well,
Obviously, you need to speak to.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
my brother and sister.
Yeah.
Depends what you're looking at. What are you
Okay.
thinking?
I just want to know what you would take, so I don't have to. I don't want to get into that backwards and forwards. If you give me a
Yeah.
figure, I'll be like yes or no.
We'd be happy. We just, I'll be honest with you, we just accepted a bit of 205.
Yep.
They pulled out, and the reason they pulled out, they had a full survey,
Yep.
and it was minor stuff. The roof on that extension needs replacing.
Yep.
I've got a quote on that.
Yep.
And there's a little bit of damp, because it's, I'll show you downstairs.
So I already know what you're going to tell me because was there young people?
Yeah, I didn't sort of supervise their viewing.
So-
they spent 900 quid on a survey.
Yeah. So like a home buyer survey, as you're probably aware.
Yeah,
They do have to cover their own tracks.
yeah.
If they see damp, they list it as a 3, a red.
I know
No
they
matter
do.
what the damp is, it could be the easiest fix in the world.
And that's exactly
And
what
they-
the surveyor said.
Yeah,
That's
and these younger buyers and newbies in property, they read the surveyor's report and they see the red in the circle with number 3, and they over panic. They're like, "Oh my God, it's damp or structural." We see it all the time now. Yeah, constantly. Whereas when we read the report,
do you
invest.
Are you investors?
Yeah, we
for
invest.
people to come in and
To buy and sell, or if we can pull our money back out, we will rent it out. But a lot of people read these home buyers reports and they panic. And where was the damp? What was the damp?
The damp, mate, is basically in here. He reckons there's a little pocket here.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. So
There's a
let's.
bit in here, and he thinks it's to do with some like Sutton. There'd be bit of paper and waste, and it's causing a little bit. And he says that's an easy job. And it's the same here. There's a little bit of damp there.
Oh my God.
That's all it is. And this side here, and it's just it's blown the artex.
We buy houses with no roofs and stuff on, so like when you're pointing out damp there.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a little bit there. That's all it is. So that's.
Yeah, it's nonsense really, to be completely honest. So where would you be at? Like what? If you could give me a figure today that you would be happy to accept.
We accepted
205.
205.
Okay.
We'd be happy at 205.
Okay, that's good.
So
if you literally give us about an hour, I'll make a
We've got
decision.
another viewing on Sunday. It's amazing. There's some amazing interest in it.
Yeah.
Straight away. Did you know it was up and it's sold and then it's come off?
No, I wasn't aware that it was sold.
Well, it was sold because they accepted their
I
offer.
wasn't aware.
Going through. So the sold time was on for a good few weeks, and it's just come off the last few days.
Okay.
And we've relisted it.
If we did put an offer in and you accepted it, like you said, 205 or whatever we agreed on, it would be full. It'd be exclusive, wouldn't it? You wouldn't go ahead with the viewing on Sunday then.
No.
That's perfect. Yeah, because we're getting a lot of people who are saying, "Oh no, we're leaving it on the market till exchange of contracts."
I mean, I'm being honest and fair. And crew would perhaps they wouldn't tell you, but we accepted 205.
Okay.
That's what the couple they put in.
Okay, we'll make an offer within the hour.
Okay. All right.
I really like the house. My name's Stephen.
Okay, Stephen. Yeah. Are you local guy?
Yeah, so I live in Lichfield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I live in Lichfield.
All right, fine.
But thank you very much for showing us.
No problem.
Appreciate it, and I'll speak to you later on.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you want to come out the back?
Yep. So we just done viewing number 1, and it was listed on the market at 215. We spoke to the vendor because that's who we met. He done the viewing with us. He said that he'll take 205k today, so I'm going to go in with an offer of 200, tell him we can complete in 4 weeks. End value on that one over there, I have it around 275 to 280. It's going to cost me 35 grand to get that house done, so there's still 35 grand profit in there, so I'm happy with that. I can turn that round in about 4 months. But it was a great house. The vendor was really helpful as well. Told us a few issues, which, to be fair, aren't issues at all. So yeah, going on to view number 2 now. Can I ask you about the rental around here? Because
Is this 3 or 4 bed?
this is 3, isn't it?
Probably around 950 at the minute.
950.
I reckon you could probably even try it a little bit more than that. You know, the way
Okay.
the market is at the minute, we've got 2 beds going at 750.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll leave you to it.
Thank you.
Right, thanks, guys.
These houses are amazing, you know.
950
950 is right round here. It's a good area, this is.
and only for 230. It's on for 230.
Yeah.
And you get 950.
Yeah. Oh, look at the size of that.
Massive.
It's a joke, isn't it? So I've just asked the estate agent what the price would be on top spec, and he's literally said 1 sold here the other day, so he's finding out now.
Do you reckon it's up to 265, 270?
Okay. Still decent.
Yeah.
And in the market today,
Yeah.
you never know, do you?
No, it's crazy. We've got no 3-4 bedroom stuff at the minute. It's just as soon as it comes on. Everything's a block viewing. Everything that comes on the market, we've got like 10 people going through it in 2 hours, and it's just guaranteed to go.
Yeah.
So it's just.
It's great for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, it's easy
Great.
for me. I just let people.
Thank you for your time today. We appreciate it. We're outside house number 3. It is purple bricks, so I think it's the vendor we're meeting. We're going to go inside, see if we're allowed to film inside. I doubt it very much if the person lives here, but I'll go and ask the question now. So view number 3 has been done. You guys couldn't see inside number 3, unfortunately, because it was tenanted, it was purple bricks. We had the owner show us around, the landlord or landlady. She was really good. The conversation was amazing. I got to ask her every question that I needed an answer to. Why you're selling the house, what's the best price you'll take for the house, Have you had any issues with the house? How have you found the rental market if I want to buy the house and rent it, or if I want to buy the house and sell it and someone wants to buy it as a rental? She was very open. She was so relaxed. She knew her stuff as well, which was really important. So yeah, so just a few things. Like I said, I asked her what price she would accept today. I asked her what offer she's received. I asked her how fast she wanted to sell it. Does she need the money like now, today? That was one of the questions I asked. Do you need this money urgently? Didn't seem like she needed it urgently, to be completely honest. She's had 3 or 4 offers, but she preferred us, she said, because we were investors, and the other 3 or 4 people that made offers are in chains, they have things to sell. So she just wanted to get the money. So yeah, so unfortunately you wasn't allowed in, but you will be on the next one. Not all of us can, like, just the 3 of us will go first. How are you, okay? There's 3 of us, is that okay? Yep. Offers?
Not a minute, no.
No.
Steady stream of viewings on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's one. Are you looking at, is it investment?
Yeah, definitely investment, yeah. There's a lot of potential with it. Any ideas what he would take?
Don't really have that conversation, he's just put it on the market. He's keen to sell it.
Okay.
Yeah, hard to say really. All I always suggest is if you're interested, just
put an offer in.
make an offer. You can only say no.
Of course, yeah.
We can talk about it. Yeah.
Okay. Right, thank you very much for showing us. Viewing number 4 was done. It's finished. The house was seriously quirky. The estate agent was a very dapper guy, very well dressed. He kept his cards very close to his chest. He didn't really give us any information. We asked all the right questions. He just said there'd been no offers on this property in 3 weeks, which tells me one thing and one thing only. It is way overpriced. If they're not getting any offers, even a cheeky offer, they've not had anything. So, and he doesn't know what the person wants for the house because they've had no conversation with him since it's been listed. So if you do come across estate agents who aren't giving too much away, because 1, they don't know what the vendor wants, or 2, they've just had no experience in this property that they're dealing with, because a lot of people don't know about certain properties, they get put on different ones. Just call up the estate agents, have a conversation with someone in the office, because somebody has spoke to the person who has listed the property that you're trying to buy, so they will know the situation, so they can advise you more. So if you do get an estate agent like the one we just got, just call up the estate agents and ask to speak to somebody else. Hey people, this is a quick message from me to let you know that I teach 3 education programs. I teach the Property Masterclass, the Deal Sourcing Masterclass, and the BRRR Masterclass. Now, these masterclasses entitle you to become a member of the Property Circle. We are the fastest growing property education program in the UK. We have over 150 members in just 8 months. So, if you want to join the Property Circle, it costs £995 for one of my masterclasses. If you are unsure of which way to go in your property journey, fill out the form below and I will personally call you to discuss which way I think you should go and which masterclass you should sign up to. So, enjoy the rest of the video, guys. Signing out. So what have we learned from today's video? Well, number 1 is how to speak to estate agents. Just be polite, be yourself, start a conversation. Make sure you know what you're talking about so they can have a conversation in return that they're happy with. Always, always, always be polite. That's the first thing. Number 2, make sure you ask enough questions on the phone to the estate agents before the viewing so you have a better understanding of where the property is at that current moment. Is it probate? Are the vendors motivated to sell? Have they had any offers? Has this property been bought before and fell through? Get as much information as you can to give you a clear overview of the property before you even go to view it. Number 3, I haven't mentioned this throughout the video, but be on time or early for your viewing. There is nothing worse than an estate agent who stands there waiting for you and you turn up late, which means that if there is any following viewings, they are all backed up. So you throw them out. Now, I know a lot of estate agents who hate this. This is one of their pet peeves, people who turn up late. So always be on time and you won't have any issues with the estate agent. Number 4, when you're at the viewing, just remember to be polite, be presentable and start a conversation with the estate agent. A common interest can lead on to something that even you wouldn't understand. You can have a mutual interest in something that you're talking about. That estate agent will remember you, and then when they have a property, the first person that comes to mind is you. Try and swap numbers with the estate agents as well if you feel it's gone that way. That's really important. Now, this doesn't happen every time. If you hit it off with the estate agents and you swap numbers, it will open doors. Number 5, if you feel that you have ticked all the above boxes, then the numbers should add up. If you've done your due diligence and your research correctly, it's time to make the phone call and put in your offer. Making the call to the estate agents to put your offer in should be the easiest part. You've done your due diligence, you've followed all the tips that I've given you in this video, and the numbers add up. So making the offer is the easy part. But it can get to a point where you're dealing with the estate agents and it becomes a negotiation. Either there's other bidders involved, or the estate agent has spoke to the vendor and the vendor has a figure and you're there or thereabouts, but it's a negotiation part. Now, I will show you in another video how I deal with the negotiation stages, because that can be a whole enterprise in itself. If we get 100 likes on this video and enough comments below from you guys at home to say that's what you want to see. So on that note, please subscribe to the channel, please leave a comment and smash that like button. It massively helps us. We appreciate all the support that you've given us here at the Property Circle. So I will see you in another video.